Hi, I'm Zero, and this is What If Naruto Snapped, Part 2. Well, after a while, Naruto just, Naruto and the team just, completed that month of, D rank missions, and that's it. And Naruto did a lot of training. And Naruto is now faster and stronger than Sasuke, basically. Yeah, but Naruto doesn't know any jutsus yet, to be exact. Naruto hasn't even started to dive into that stuff. He only knows the Shadow Clone. And his Saiyutsu is much more better than Sasuke, and he's also a lot more faster than Sasuke, as I said before. And Naruto knows water walking and tree walking. So let's start off. After the month, Sasuke has, gotten tired up, and so has Naruto as well. Now says Kakashi Sensei, can we get a stronger mission? A better one, to be exact. They go to the Hokage office and says, uh, Gigi, or perhaps old man, can we get a, better mission? Hokage now knows Naruto does train, but so yeah, at some point, after they talked about for 5 minutes, okay, it's fine, you can have a C rank. Naruto says okay, and so Naruto and the team stands there, and Tazuna comes in. Tazuna makes fun of Sakura first, then Naruto, then Sasuke, because Sasuke is an Uchiha. So yeah, he knows that Tazuna knows all Uchihas are quite strong, but yeah, Naruto has no reaction towards, you know, uh, what he call Tazuna, and this shocked Sasuke and Hokage, because they know how Naruto was back then, but now he's calm, collective. But yeah, he's not calm, collective. He's just always angry, and he always takes 90 some of 90's chakra, and his healing is overclocked basically. And so yeah, Kakashi says meet me tomorrow morning at at that time, at 7 basically. Naruto and all team left. Naruto just thinks I'll go at 8 basically. Naruto does his usual training. Naruto was still wearing, basically that was still a clone, but original Naruto was just training. Huh. When Naruto gains the knowledge that they have a mission, Naruto says, I will be going there myself. Naruto basically removes the weights that he was, had put on, and now Naruto is faster and stronger than Sasuke while he had the weights. Without weights, Naruto is a lot more powerful than Sasuke could ever hope to comprehend, basically. So yeah, Naruto is wearing pure black and red, and yeah, he has two pouches except for one that he had in the original. Naruto's now. Let's talk about his training a little. Naruto's chakra control has gotten way higher than what it was, after the week of training. Naruto's strength has gotten way up. Taijutsu is way up. His speed is way up. And Naruto's, Shuriken Jutsu is also way up. He's better at throwing kunais and shurikens. So yeah, basically Naruto is becoming a true, monster now at that time. Now Naruto is no longer wearing his weights, and he has gotten used to, without wearing his weights and still walking and all this stuff. Now the size, because when Naruto, got there, he was 1 hour late. Sakura yelled at him, but he completely ignored her, because Sakura can't change. She's still Sakura. While Sakura's mother is planning to, make Naruto's life hell, but she hasn't gotten an opportunity yet, to be said, to be exact. And so Naruto pretty much then they wait for about half an hour, and Kakashi comes. And so then they leave for, for the mission. When they go out, Naruto's guard is completely up. Thanks to him hunting, Naruto's senses are also way up. Naruto notices the puddle as well Kakashi, but Naruto hasn't figured out yet that why is it there. Naruto doesn't know that it's a genjutsu yet. He just know that a puddle should be evaporated or be gone by now. He doesn't know exactly what this is, but yeah. When the demon brother comes out and kills Kakashi, Naruto is not all that shocked on demon brothers coming out, and he knows Kakashi will be fine because he is a Jonin after all. Before Sasuke can even react, Naruto runs past Sasuke. Now Sasuke couldn't persuade him that much, and it kind of shocked him. Naruto went there and basically when the one of the twin brothers tried to attack Naruto tried dodging it, but he couldn't. So he basically grabbed it with his hand. He still got hit at the same place, pretty much, deflected it with his hand and stabbed the guy in the chest with the kunai. He didn't hesitate now because Naruto was looking at him like how he hunted, the prey. He stabbed him by mistake. The stab was, directly hit his windpipe. Naruto didn't know what part to aim yet, so it hit his windpipe. And so then suddenly the one of the demon brothers starts to cough up blood, and he pretty much choked on blood and died. And the other demon brother was, fighting Sasuke because Sasuke also reacted after Naruto reacted. So yeah, Sasuke was kind of thinking, how could he react before me? Why was he a lot more faster than me? I couldn't see him properly because Sasuke only saw a blur. And so yeah. But when Kakashi saw what Naruto did and how Naruto fought, Kakashi realized that Naruto is much, much better what he was, just a mere month ago. His strength, his speed, his reaction speed, his taijutsu style even has improved drastically. And this is not the kind of training you can just gain from just 1 month of training. It takes at least 5 months of non-stop training to get where Naruto is now. And he's, improvement is just too quick. He pretty much did 5 months of training in a single month by using hundreds of shadow clones, that improving his taijutsu skills, improving his reaction speed as well, because he was fighting two clones at the same time, two shadow clones versus one shadow clone, three shadow clone versus one shadow clone, two shadow clone versus four shadow clones. So yeah, in this kind of way, improving his taijutsu, learning few new taijutsu styles as well. His taijutsu style that those two has learned, he has improved them a little bit more further. So yeah, his taijutsu skills are a lot more better. He's also a lot more stronger physically as well, and his speed is just beyond anything. His speed is the most improved for some reason because Naruto did have always the genes to for the speed, and he got the genes from the strength from his mother because her mother was, I assume, was as strong as someone like Tsunade, not as strong but quite physically fit because she was an Uzumaki after all. So yeah. Naruto did not reacted or show any emotions after killing that person. Now this kind of shocked Sasuke, and he was angry that he couldn't kill him, but Naruto killed him and he doesn't even have a reaction on it. Well, Sakura is terrified because Naruto just killed someone. She wants to vomit, but she's too much in shock. So yeah, basically that happens. Then Naruto and the others, starts to walk further. Naruto senses something, like what he did in the original. Throw the kunai. Bunny dodged it. Naruto's, narrowed his eyes. Sakura made fun of it, but Naruto completely ignored her, like she was some kind of fly. And then suddenly a sword came. Kakashi said duck, everyone ducked. Then Zabuza came. Everything goes the same until, Zabuza gets, trapped. Traps, Kakashi. This time Naruto creates about 10 enhanced shadow clones. They all take out a, shuriken and throws it and views 6 hand signs pretty fast for, their age. Uh, and then says Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. And basically, basically 10 shadow clones throw 10 kunais. Those 10 kunais became 100. Basically, 1,000 shurikens were going towards Zabuza and Kakashi. Kakashi was shocked that he knew that jutsu. And Kakashi realized he just made a wall of shurikens and he did not, care if, Kakashi got hit. But unknown to Kakashi, he was about to, disperse few of them who were about to hit Kakashi. So yeah. Then seeing that, Zabuza pretty much, dropped the water prison, jumped back, and was get ready to dodge, broke all the kunais, and so did Kakashi. But suddenly all the kunais that were about on Kakashi's side puffed away, and there were few that were original kunais just went past Kakashi, and the kunai that were Zabuza's size did not disappear. They were just, going towards Zabuza. And Zabuza pretty much, had to use a water wall to block them because he realized there were too many of them. It was basically a huge wall of. Have you seen, 300 in which thousands of arrows come and they block the sun? Basically that, but this time it was, a frontal wall of shurikens. Naruto is not perfect in that, shadow shuriken yet. It still takes a little bit more chakra what Naruto wants this jutsu to take. Yeah, so that happens while Zabuza used water war. Kakashi pretty much threw one of the kunais that went past Kakashi, used it, throw it towards Zabuza. Zabuza dodged, and they starts having their battle. Now Zabuza realized not to underestimate that kid because to make shadow clones and use those shadow clones to make use that jutsu of multi shadow clone, multi kunai jutsu or multi shuriken jutsu or shadow shuriken jutsu, whatever you want to call it. Damn it, I got a brain fart back there. So yeah, that happens. They fight and everything goes the same. So yeah. After that, Kakashi fall. Naruto pretty much, made a shadow clone to carry Kakashi, basically, and they went, to the home. Now, Sasuke doesn't know what happened. He's too shocked and too in denial to practically understand what Naruto just did. Naruto pretty much used a jutsu that made the shurikens that he was throwing to so many, and he was faster than me at reacting, and he did all that, and I didn't go to do anything. Sakura just is too focused on Sasuke to realize that she is so weak. Naruto pretty much, lays Kakashi down and goes outside. Basically leaves. He comes back at at dinner time. Basically he already ate a little. He wasn't that hungry, but he still ate and went to bed. Kakashi still hasn't woken up yet. So yeah, Naruto was training while he was outside. He did, his uh, pretty much trained his taijutsu and trained his, shadow shuriken jutsu to, make it more usable because he needed to use six hand signs. He wanted to decrease the hand signs to three, and made it to use less chakra. So he trained that for about 5 to 6 hours. He came back and goes to sleep. He wakes up early, goes outside to train, does his physical training, and while his clone does chakra control training, because that's kind of exercise that Naruto has to do all the time. He does all the time, and while his some of his clones starts to doing the shadow shuriken jutsu once again to make it more valuable. After that, Kakashi wakes up. Kakashi says that I will be training you. That how Zabuza is alive. That was in probably Naruto Hunter in. Naruto noted because Naruto didn't knew that about it. So yeah, that happens. Then Kakashi shows them the water. Wall walking. Naruto does that on his first try. They show Kakashi. Kakashi didn't pay too much mind. Then Naruto says, "So can I train my own now?" Kakashi just nods. Kakashi goes to rest because he isn't fully recovered yet. So yeah, he's enough recovered that he can walk around and do other stuff, but he hasn't recovered too much yet. And he mainly wanted to just read his Itichi Paradise. Sasuke was angry because Naruto was able to do it in first try. Sakura was able to do it, in her second or third try. Then, Sasuke took about half a day. While on the other side of the, much deeper in the forest, Naruto was training. Some shadow clones were training on, improving his kunai aim and all that, and how fast he kunais. And five of the shadow clones were just doing hand signs, just normal hand sign training to try to go as fast as they can to get experience in doing hand signs, improving their speed of hand signs. Basically, few of them are doing the shuriken jutsu. Few of them improving their taijutsu, and few of them were pretty much working on increasing their mental energy. Just meditating to improve their mental energy because chakra is made up of mental and physical energy. So Naruto wants everything to be balanced properly for himself so he can have more chakra. Because he has been working on physical energy because he's been training physically a lot. So he starts put two shadow clones to do meditation just to increase the mental energy that he has. Naruto pretty much trains for whole day, doesn't come back for the lunch because he pretty much one of his shadow clones picked up a rabbit that was just there and killed it and ate the original Naruto and dispersed all the clones, made the old clones reappear again and start doing the training again. Naruto does not meet Haku because Haku was on completely other side. So yeah, should I make it? Yeah, should I? I should. After that, while Naruto was done training, Naruto said, "Let's go back because it was about to go dark." Naruto meets Haku. Haku is a girl in this one. I want to make Haku a girl. I don't want a trap. Basically, Naruto pretty much trains. Talks about Haku how their values are. Naruto just knows that Haku's value because those were Naruto's value before his people that he was supposed to trust betrayed him simply. So yeah, and so all that happens. Naruto pretty much goes back to Tazuna's home. Kakashi asks, "You didn't came for lunch?" Naruto says, "Yes, I was training." Kakashi just nodded. Kakashi can just feel Naruto is getting stronger. It's different, how he read in his file he was. So yeah, but he doesn't pay too much mind into it. He just thinks, taking ninja life seriously, I guess. Sasuke also, did wall walking exercise finally. So yeah, for the week, uh, Naruto trained. Naruto made Haku two more times, and him and Haku have kind of built a friendship. Let's just say, to be exact. Naruto isn't even has started going into chakra natures at all. Uh, Sorry about that. Because he wants to build up his base first, because his base was naturally terrible. He wasn't all that strong on his base alone. In the week, Naruto's physical strength has increased 5%. Naruto's mental energy has increased 5%, and basically Naruto has gained a balance once again of his physical and mental energy, because thanks to him doing all that physical training and not too much mental training, his mental and physical were non-balanced. Let's just say his physical was a little bit more than his mental. Thanks to the week of meditation of two clones, his mental and physical energy has balanced out once again. So yeah, and basically Naruto is getting quite strong quite fast, let's just say. Sadly Naruto doesn't have his weights right now, so he only improved 5%. Otherwise his strength would have improved 10%, by wearing weights and all that. So yeah. Just a sec. Much better. And so week passed. Naruto was sleeping. He was tired. He basically fell asleep after training. After waking up at 5, he fell asleep again at 7. So his team left him there. Then he heard some voices. He woke up. He ran down to see those people trying to harass Tazume's daughter. Naruto had already had a talk with her son, that told him, both of them were alone. Naruto told him that I don't have any parents. I don't act like you do. So get over yourself. So it took him for about 3 days to get over himself. But yeah, he was over himself basically. Naruto pretty much goes behind them. They didn't even notice Naruto, and stabs one in the spine, making him fall down. And the other was shocked. Naruto hit the other one in the neck and pretty much kicked that guy's knees and broke it. Pretty much made it to fold backwards and punched that guy in the nose. And then he drag both of them out of the room, the cottage, and throw them in the river to just drown or die. He doesn't care for them. Tazume was shocked, but she was kind of scared, because what they were about to do to her. Her, son wasn't there. Naruto just went close to her and hugged her. She just started to cry because, yeah, some bad shit was about to happen to her, basically. Then she stopped crying. She was too happy. She kind of kissed Naruto on the forehead. Then she blushed, kind of, okay. I'm sorry, I was just, it's okay. And Naruto just walked away. It's not what you guys think. I'm not shipping him with her. She's okay. It's just something happened, you know. So yeah, basically, Naruto went, to the bridge, seeing Sasuke, trapped in the ice mirrors, and Kakashi fighting Zabuza. But Naruto didn't run up to, Sasuke how he did in the original. He just stood there to analyze it. Sakura yelled at Naruto, "Naruto, why are you doing this? Go help Sasuke-kun." Naruto looked at her and says, "Do it yourself, I'll protect Tazuna." She was shocked. Naruto says, "You can't do it because you're weak, pathetic, a useless trash." She was so shocked. She kind of started to cry. Zabuza laughed because they hear what Naruto says. He says, "Damn, that kid is brutal." Naruto simply says to her, "I'm not about to, risk my life for him. I don't even know what The guy he's fighting his power is, why should I throw my life away from him? After saying that, not just simply run up inside the demon ice mirrors, simply because Naruto had gotten enough knowledge what he needed to their ice mirrors. He's pretty much going through one and coming from other and all this stuff. Basically, Sasuke, you late, you're late, Dop. Naruto didn't even looked at him. He kind of got angry, but he didn't care because they were fighting someone. And then they fought for about 5 minutes. Basically, Naruto was dodging, kind of not dodging. Even if he got hit, the Simban would just come out of his body and his body would heal. He will basically take out the Simban and his body would start to heal. Thanks to it was such a small wound, it healed quite fast. So yeah, he was quite okay, but on the other hand, Sasuke was quite damaged. So yeah. And so Nana says, so it's been a while, huh, Haku? She stopped. She looked at me. She said, how? Nana says, oh, I won't forget that beautiful figure anywhere. He says that with purely, blank, non perverted way. She was kind of too shocked to move for 5 seconds. Sasuke was already unconscious because he was hit with too many, needles in the body. And then, Kakashi and Zabuza were fighting. Then, they heard a chirping. You know, she was about to go in front of, with Kakashi's Chidori to save Zabuza. Naruto just grabbed her hand and says, I know what you're about to do, just stop. She would, try to break off and go, but Naruto just grabbed her and pulled her closer and just hugged her. She was shocked, and then she heard dying voice of, Zabuza, because Zabuza just got stabbed through the heart with the Chidori. Now simply says, it's okay, Haku. It's okay. She just starts to cry so hard because, that's what her, savior, because she has told the story to Naruto, so Naruto knows. Now says, it's okay, Haku. It's okay. You already did quite a lot for him. You're not a tool, okay? So basically, he was talking to her for about 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, they hugged for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then she kind of calmed down because she is a ninja. She kind of then looked with hatred towards, Kakashi, but she knows that what he had to do because they are ninjas. So yeah, she dropped the hatred quite fast. And so that happens. Naruto basically, was still, grabbing, Haku's hand. He said, it's okay, Haku. Now says, don't worry, we will bury him. To give him a proper burial. Kakashi just nodded for what Naruto was going with. Then, the midget came, Gato. Naruto didn't like him. Naruto just took out a, made about 20 shadow clones, took out all of them, took out 3, shurikens, throw them. All of them says shadow shuriken jutsu, and thousands of, shadow shurikens went towards the bandits and Gato. It was basically a one-sided slaughter. All of them died. Few of them lived, were on the back, who pretty much were able to use the people on the front as a shield. But mostly all of them died. Gato also died as well. So that happens because Naruto threw them with quite a lot of force. And so after that, Naruto pretty much buried, Zabuza. Naruto didn't even care that Sasuke was unconscious, while Sakura was pretty much holding Sasuke-kun. After Naruto was done burying Sasuke, Sakura ran up to him, tried to slap him. Naruto pretty much slapped her so hard she pretty much flew a little bit behind and fall down, grabbing her cheeks. She said, "That was your fault. You hurt Sasuke. You are the reason Sasuke is hurt." Naruto simply says Sasuke is hurt because of his own foolishness. Sakura is too hung up on Sasuke. She just ran off, basically. She thinks she's gonna tell her mother what Naruto did. And so, after that, Naruto pretty much, sat beside Haku. They were, seeing Zabuza's, grave that they built with his sword on top. Naruto and Haku talked for a while Haku, put her head on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto didn't mind too much of it. And so, yeah, that happens. The next day, they waited for about a week there while Naruto trained. Naruto and Haku was getting quite close enough that sometime that in the 7 days Naruto kind of kissed Haku on the cheek while he was leaving for training again. Naturally he didn't thought too much of it. He just did it. So yeah, that happens. Sasuke has healed up. It took Sasuke entire week to heal up, but he healed up. And so Sasuke, started to train after that, but he didn't get a chance to train because they were about to leave the day he got completely healed. Basically, Naruto has, gotten a lot more faster thanks to Haku's help. And Haku has, also gained the strength aspect of, Naruto's training as well. Basically, they start to go, towards the leaf. They made it into the leaf. Kakashi says, "You all go home. I'll, give the report to the Hokage." Haku thinks, "Where I'm gonna stay." Naruto grabbed her and says, "Come on, you're staying with me, of course." Haku blushed. They went to the, Naruto's home. They were too tired, so Naruto, just removed his shirt and went to bed. Haku says, "Where I?" Naruto just grabbed her hand and pulled her, closer and just hugged her. And then both Haku and Naruto slept on the same bed. Nothing else happened. Just try to clarify that. And so that happens. And this will be the end of this video. I'm gonna make, Dragon Ball what if after that. 2 videos. After that I'm gonna make this one. Another, Naruto snapped. After that I'm gonna make a Pedioregi one. I still can't spell that. I just have a unique tongue twist every time I try to spell that. And yeah, one more thing. If you're wondering why I didn't post it for about so many days, my Wi-Fi just yeeted itself out, basically. At first my Wi-Fi was, basically it was a box in this, at my home's roof where it gets, the connection for the Wi-Fi. It was a land, it was, up in the roof, basically. So whenever, the sky was too cloudy, the connection would, yeet itself out, basically, doesn't work Wi-Fi. So I basically had to, call the Wi-Fi people to, change all the Wi-Fi stuff. And it took quite a little bit of time, basically. So I couldn't post a video, while I was doing that. So yeah, now my Wi-Fi is connected to, LAN cable. So yeah, there's no point in, no matter if a storm is going outside, Wi-Fi will still work. So yeah, I'm happy about that. It's a good thing I, made that thing work properly. So yeah, I hope you like it. Like and subscribe, I guess. And yeah, I hope we reach a 1,000 in a week. That's my plan. If I did, I would be, yeah, I did it in a single week. If I know, damn. And I will be posting videos, I will be, just recording videos whole day today. So yeah.